Feeling overwhelmed by social media? You're not alone. Most real estate agents didn't sign up to be a full-time content creator when they signed up to be a real estate agent. And yet, everywhere you turn, there's someone telling you need to post more, you need to do more, you need to do more videos, you need to be on social media more, you need to do more. So today, I'm going to answer the question I get asked all of the time. Do I really need social media to succeed in real estate? And in this episode, I'm going to walk you through how to build a successful real estate business without relying on social media. And believe me, I love social media. I'm not knocking it, but I also know the frustration that a lot of agents have of this feeling that they must do social media. And so I want to help you look at it a different way so that you can build a business that you love without having the stress of doing things that you hate. And one of those might be social media. Now, stick with me, because if you want to get good at social media and you are looking for a simple framework that you can plug into your business, I'm going to give you that. All of this and much more. Stick around. Welcome to the Agent Rise podcast, where we celebrate that you are unique, one of a kind. Instead of asking you to do things that make you cringe, we help you create a clear, personalized plan that aligns with you. No more overthinking or wasting time, just a straightforward path to building a real estate business you love. Welcome, Risers. It's that time once again for the Agent Rise podcast. I'm your host, Neil Mathwig, where we're here to help you today build a real estate business that you love. And if you're like most agents, the pressure of always having to be on social media can be quite draining. And I'm not going to say that you should not be on social media. It is an awesome tool. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying, what if we could build a business without social media? Or what if we could have a framework that helps us find our voice and make it really easy to be on social media? I'm going to give you a plan here, first of all, without social media. But if you want this simple plan, we call it the See.Like.Ask, and I'll tell you more about this at the end of today's show. But right away, if you want to text the word simple, just the word simple, to 833-500-1135, we'll give you our brand new guide that we just put together around the See.Like.Ask framework. It's the exact rhythm I use and we teach to help agents simplify their content strategy and stay consistent without this overwhelm, right? So we're trying to remove the overwhelm. That's what we're going for here. I'll get you the guide that you could use to keep your social media simple. And it's called the See.Like.Ask framework. So go ahead and text the word simple now to 833-500-1135, and I'll send that your way. Now, today what we're talking about is how to build a real estate business without social media, right? So what does that look like? First of all, what I want to say is that you don't need social media to win. I've coached many agents over the years that have very minimal or absolutely no social media in their plan at all. So you can let go of that guilt, is what I'm trying to say here, is that if you want to build a business without social media, it is possible. Now, you're taking away a free tool. You're taking away, something that could really help you grow your business. So there's not too many agents that want to just say, no, I'm not going to do social media at all. But if that's you, I know of a few agents that have built quite large businesses. I know one agent that sells over 200 homes a year and isn't on social media at all. You can build a business without social media. Let go of the guilt. If it's in your way, let go of it, okay? You can get it out of your way just by making that choice. Now, if you do that, how do you build the business? What does it look like? So the first thing that I would focus on is, if I was building a business without social media, is that I would focus on a strong sphere of influence. Your relationships are everything. And so you've got to have a really strong sphere of influence. I would, of course, be following the Agent Rise steps, and I would build that database of well over 100. I think you've got to get that database close to 200 or 300, right? If you're not using social media, you really have to have a solid database in your sphere of influence. So build that database, send that announcement letter. The announcement letter could be sent for if you're a new agent or you're an existing agent that just needs to reconnect. But I would really double down and get that announcement letter out, and then start mailing monthly newsletters. I would then go further. You need to go sphere of influence 2.0 right away if you're not going to do social media. And so I would then start adding events, client events, And you could also start doing public facing events, which we'll talk about here in just a second when we get to the other pillars. But I would start with getting, once you got that newsletter running, then I would start doing client events. Client events is one of these things that agents that do them love them and see the value in them and get a huge return from them. It's part of their follow-up plan. It's part of their closing gift plan. And it's one of these things that allows you to get in front of your clients on a consistent basis, because when you have a client event, you've got a couple months before the event that you're mailing and calling and texting. So you're able to talk with all of your clients, which, I struggled talking to my sphere unless I had something great to invite them to. And so the client events allowed me to run free. It allowed me to feel okay and not feel salesy to call my clients, because I was just calling to give them something, and it was just an invite to my latest client event. So client events can be really a big part of this. Also, Popeyes and other gifts, you're really going to be working a referral by only business. You really need a lot of relationships. And I would go even further and develop like a top 25. So like if you rank all of your sphere, you have, maybe your top 25 are your referral partners, your A pluses, the people that are really going to help you and you're really helping them, right? Remember, with referral partners, it's a two-way street. So the way to get most referrals is by giving the most referrals. And so you really are going to want to double down on this and build a network and build a solid referral partner, people that you give business to and they give business back to you. And this is the heart of your business. If you're not attracting people through social media and you have no other outlet of attracting people, then you really need to double down in this area. All right. Now we could go beyond that, and obviously we do in step number 4 of the Agent Rise steps. We've got our sphere of influence pillar built, and now we're going to go on to our chase pillar. And the chase pillar is one of these that is going to make you go out there and get it. And you're going to need that, right? You're going to need to go out there and get it. If you don't have any social media and anything else out there, you've got to go out there and make it happen. Now, what I would recommend here is there's the most popular chase pillars, which is open houses, calling FSBOs and expireds, door knocking, online leads, Facebook advertising, which is not really that hot right now, but other ad sources, PPC leads, building a website and driving traffic to the website and converting online leads and really focusing on conversion, because it's easy to attract the leads, but we really got to focus on conversion. So it's one of these. You can also niche down with your chase pillar. And so maybe you get excited if the thought of working with seniors or working with first-time buyers or maybe working with investors excites you. One of these niches it can be part of your chase pillar. And if you have a niche as a chase pillar, I've seen agents just come alive. I've recorded other episodes about that. But once you get that chase pillar, you just get so excited and you get fired up. And so that's what we're going for with the chase pillar. Now, again, you don't have the social media working for you, so you're going to need something that's going to get you out there and going. Another really popular chase pillar is geo farming, which again, this would be another good one. You don't have social media going for you. So, doing door knocking and asking them to join your neighborhood newsletter and doing other things, maybe a Facebook group, doing other things to get involved in the neighborhood and help people in the neighborhood could be your chase pillar. So geo farming, we typically think about mail, we think about postcards, and yes, they still work to this day. We talk so much about the 8x8 mailing program, mailing 8 cards over 8 weeks and then 1 piece of mail thereafter. We also have had Ryan Smith on our Agent Rise Live, our members only show, and he shared a great strategy of going door to door and asking people to join a newsletter list and then doing a monthly neighborhood newsletter. And again, these are ways for you to go out there and get it. And you're going to need that. You're going to need that. If you're not using social media to attract, you're going to need to go out there and get it. All right. Now, some other things too, to talk about niches, I kind of breezed over senior niche, but you could work with seniors and help seniors right size. You could do senior educational programming and provide value, provide education for seniors. And then in the mix of that, you're serving them and helping them, and you become a senior home coach. You can get an SCRES designation. There's many other courses and other programs out there that are just fantastic to help you niche in this area. You could also niche in probate and help serve those families that are going through probate. You could get connected with probate attorneys it's amazing to me how many probate attorneys we have heard from and they have said that they've never ever heard from a real estate agent before, which just blows my mind. So there's a huge opportunity there, and it's connecting with attorneys. And the thing that I love about connecting with attorneys in the probate scenario is that the family trusts their attorney, right? So they're hired their attorney to guide them through this process. And so any recommendation that the attorney gives them for a real estate agent usually is a very trusted source. And so it's a good referral, right? And so you can create those referrals with the attorneys. You can also go a step further and do education with the attorney, right? So you're putting maybe something at the local library and helping, the local library with their education, bring the attorney in with that. And then again, that helps solidify the relationship. So there's, working with seniors. There's also working with first-time home buyers. It's really hard on first-time home buyers right now. And so it's not an ideal market scenario. However, there's going to be other markets where first-time home buyers are the leader of the market. I remember, during the recession, they gave all these first-time home buyer grants and down payment assistance programs and anything to get a first-time home buyer to buy a home. They're going to do that again with home affordability being so out of line. They're going to work to get that back in line, and something's got to give, right? And so, if prices start to come down, inventory goes up, prices come down, it's going to be easier and easier for first-time home buyers to buy a home. And they're going to be the ones that drive the market, right? So they buy the smaller home, so then the smaller home can move up. So they drive the market. Now, interest rates all come into play in there. There's a lot of different things that changed, that we've got in a different scenario now than we did in the recession. However, my point is that there is going to be another time where first-time home buyers are the stars. And so you could build your ecosystem around this right now, struggle a little bit with it, but then in the long run, be right there in the middle of all of the first-time home buyers when the time comes. Okay. Now, again, these are chase pillars, right? So there's different options. These are, there's so many different niches. You can focus on working in new construction. You could focus on working in, working with investors, those that want to buy and flip and sell properties, or those that want to buy and hold, right? So you could work with, there's so many different types of niches. And that's what you're going to need in this scenario. So you're going to have this strong sphere, strong referral network, maybe even some B2B type networking where you're helping others in business and they're helping you. And then you've got your strong chase pillar. And, your chase pillar is going to drive your business. It's going to be the leader in your business until your sphere really gets humming. But you're going to need these, because without an attraction pillar, without a social media in the attraction pillar, you're kind of left, to just really focus on that. All right. Now, to talk more about the attraction pillar, because social media is one of the options in the attraction pillar, and the See, Like, and Ask framework is what we highly recommend. And what I have seen agents do is that if they have a framework that they love, like a See, Like, and Ask framework, and then they find their voice in that framework, they simply become on fire and they become unstoppable. They can produce content never ending, and they just feel alive and away they go. And so that's what we're going for in when we teach the See, Like, and Ask. And again, if that's not for you, then let's find you another option. But again, that's just one option in the attraction pillar. So other options in the attraction pillar, my all-time favorite is YouTube. And so hear me out here. YouTube is not social media. It kind of is, but it kind of isn't, right? So social media is, I always say there's social content and there's searchable content, right? So social content is things to do to be social, see, like, and ask, right? And then there is searchable content, which people are searching for, okay? So they're going to Google or going to ChatGPT and they're searching for their answers. And then your videos show up with those answers. And a lot of the things that we put together in videos, it's not available anywhere else on the internet. It's not available out there. So like one of the examples right now, a really hot video is doing videos of all of the new construction neighborhoods and being in the know of the deals. Because like I'm down here in Fort Myers, Florida, and there are builders, like big builders, D.R. Horton, one of them, offering huge discounts, right? So big discounts off of the pricing, plus 5% interest rate versus 6.5 or 7, plus other incentives in addition to that, right? So they've got a lot of properties on sale, but you can't really find that information online. There's no pricing list out there, anything like that. You've got to talk to the reps. And so what if you're the go-to and you do videos for those neighborhoods, maybe the top 5 new construction neighborhoods and the current deals in the neighborhoods, and you become the go-to person that knows about the deals, and people reach out to you for the information, and now you're selling a bunch of new construction, which is selling right now, right? This is the one thing that is selling is the new construction, the deep discounted properties along with the lower interest rates, right? They're giving lower interest rates. 5% is what I saw DR Horton doing down here in Fort Myers, right? So I'm getting off on a rant here about YouTube, but I love YouTube. And again, YouTube is searchable content. So you just follow the framework. We've got a framework right inside Agent Rise where we give you the top 10 videos, the titles, and it's all around the living in and moving to, things to avoid when moving to, the pros and cons of living in, the cost of living in. And we've got the whole list, right? So you start out with that list. And then we talk about going wide, doing your area versus another area, and then going narrow and getting down into the neighborhoods. And getting down into the neighborhoods are doing neighborhood videos like the one that I mentioned, along with many others. And again, we've got this whole framework inside Agent Rise. If you are interested in joining Agent Rise, just go to agentrisecoaching.com and book a strategy session with me, and we'll go over this plan to help you implement it if this is something that you want to do. So another attraction pillar, in addition to, we're not doing social media, but maybe we're not excited about YouTube either. But another one is doing meetups and doing networking events. I have a couple of agents that I work with out in Colorado, Tyler and Michael, and they're doing a brews and business. So they're just getting together to have beers and talk business. And they have 50 to 75 people showing up every month. And then from there, they're taking it and they're going to form a more of like a BNI type network, right? So you could do the large meetups and bring everybody together. And those that are really serious, that really want to dig in and do the B2B networking and really help each other grow each other's businesses, then you form a smaller networking group that meets weekly and follows more of the BNI principles. We recently had Jeff West on Agent Rise Live inside the Academy. And Jeff he's an agent out in Grants Pass, Oregon, and is working in a BNI group. And he has just 20 or so in this group that are just on fire, helping each other grow each other's businesses. And it's just really powerful. So this is another thing that you could do instead of social media, is to build a network. Now, there are plenty other ideas, and we've got a lot for you inside Agent Rise. If you're interested at all in joining us at Agent Rise, becoming a member, getting access to the Academy, and potentially joining us for our small group coaching, we have different levels. And if you're interested in this, again, go to agentrisecoaching.com and book a strategy session with me. Also, don't forget to grab that guide. We put together this simple guide to help you with your social media. Now, if you're in that camp of like, I don't want to do social media, there's so many other good ideas, then just go. You don't have to worry about social media. But if you're like, you know what, maybe if I just have a simple system, just something that I could use, that I could see, that I could, have a little bit of a framework and something that I could follow, maybe I could do social media. So if that is you, then just text the word simple, SIMPLE, to 833-500-1135, and I'll shoot that guide over to you so that you can just see this framework and see how simple it is. And once you see the See, Like, and Ask framework, maybe you could jump on board and maybe that'll be your go-to. Now, hopefully this helps you with your social media. And again, I'm here to help you any way that I can. Go to agentrisecoaching.com and book a strategy session with me, and I'll help you get your social media going or not, right? We'll help you with your plan either way. Thank you so much for listening. And if you're watching this over on YouTube, thank you so very much. I appreciate that. Would you please like and comment and subscribe to my channel? I would really appreciate that. And if you're listening to the podcast, I'm waving to you right now. You can't see me, but I'm waving to you. So thank you so much for continuing to listen to the podcast. I've recently learned that the podcast, which originally started as the Onion Juice Podcast, is one of the longest running podcasts. I think when I started back in 2016, 17, somewhere right in there. There was only 3 other shows, and those 3 other shows are no longer running. So I think I'm the longest running real estate agent podcast, which is kind of fun to think about. So again, thank you so very much for your commitment. We're well over 460-ish episodes. We're heading to 500 episodes. So again, thank you so much for listening. I appreciate it. And if you haven't left me a review on iTunes or Apple Podcast or on Spotify or wherever you listen to, please do that. I would greatly appreciate that. Again, thanks so much for listening. Hope you have a great day. And like always, remember to be the reason somebody smiles today.